Okay, welcome back to Outlaw Woodworking. Today in the CNC stuff, we're going to do our spoil board. And I'm going to keep my spoil board simple for now. Um, I'm actually going to cancel that. I'm going to open from an existing file, and it's a spoil board that I downloaded from CNC router parts. And let's see, there it is right there. Now you can get this with a lot more holes, but I decided that I'm just going to use the mounting holes only because I'm going to put T-track in here. So for now, we're just going to do this. And I double checked these measurements in between here, and they were exactly where my cross members were, because you don't want to be drilling into your cross members, that's for sure. Okay, and they do give you the hardware for this, so let's get started. There's our drawing. Let's go over to the toolpaths and see what the toolpaths are. So there's two toolpaths, and let's view these toolpaths. Preview all toolpaths, and you can see how it cuts a center hole for the bolt, and then for the head of the bolt. Okay, let's see what kind of tools there are. Okay, let's save this. So we got, looks like it's using an end mill, 1/4 inch, and an end mill. So we only have one tool, visible tool paths to multiple files. That's what we'll do, and that all looks good. And it's Pro, Avid, all that looks good. So let's save this to our disk, our USB that we have plugged in there. We're going to delete this off of there because we already cut that. Yes. And cancel that and save it again. Choose the USB, spoil board mounting holes. And I'm also going to write on here 1/4 inch end mill. There we go. Now we're going to go over and check and make sure it's in there before we disconnect it. And looks like we got two of them. And I don't know why there's two. Oh, so there's two different ones here because there's that's two different drilling. So that one of them is going to be that one's first, which is the counterbore pockets, and then this one is the holes. Okay, let's eject that, and we'll go over to the machine and see if we can get this. Okay, right off the bat, I go through the checklist. I home the machine first, and then I check the bit. I got a 1/4 inch bit in there, 1/4 inch up end mill, and I use the plate to basically get the location of the material on the corner left hand side, top of material. I do the Y and X. I then put the dust shoe on, and I was surprised that actually my dust collection was really good. I was worried about this room getting really dusty, especially with MDF material, but yeah, so right now I'm cutting the first program, which is the counter boring holes, and these holes are directly above my cross members, which will allow me to put T-nuts in there and then bolt it to the table. And I've sped this video up. This is 8 times the speed. And it did a really nice job, actually. It was really, all the holes were really clean and in the right locations. So right now it's the counter boring, and next program will be the slots that'll actually go right through the table. Now the Spoilboard, I am planning on putting T-track in, but I thought because of the learning curve on a lot of the, G code and just operating the machine in general, I thought it would be a good idea to wait on the T-track. And so right now actually it's cutting the slots where the bolts will go through. And yeah, it did a good job. The only thing about the bolts is the bolts they give you are kind of short, and I believe they should have washers on them. So I think what I'm going to do is order a little bit longer bolt and some washers and redo this eventually. The next thing I do is I clean out all these holes with my Rockler dust collection system, and then I proceed to bolt this thing down. I first mark it with I mark all the aluminum with a Sharpie, and then I move the MDF off of there, and then I proceed to put all the T-track nuts in there. And these little nuts that they give you they have a ball and they're spring loaded. And I put them all in their spots. And there's about 35 bolts, I believe. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, yeah, 35 little nuts I gotta screw in there. I double check all the spacing, and then I bolt this thing on there. Shooting the camera through the door into this room, the focusing didn't seem to be working out very good. I think what I'm going to end up doing is mounting a GoPro inside this room, and I'll see if that works better as far as filming cutting. My goal of the videos is to basically draw it and then bring it over here and cut it all in one video. And I thought that would have some value to people that are interested. I'm actually looking forward to cutting my first flag, and yeah, I spent the day yesterday actually gluing up a flag, and I want to basically do a 3D flag with a deer in it, or possibly the Marine logo for my nephew. I haven't decided which. So these are the T-tracks that I was going to use, and I basically decided to hold off on the T-track, but I am going to install a locating grid. So I'm going to cut 1/4-inch holes through this whole thing, and that way I could put little 1/4-inch dowels and I could locate material easy. Okay, next up on the Spoilboard is we want to open this file, Spoilboard file. Now I've already cut, so let's go to the layers. I've already cut the counterbores, which are these holes. And all I really want is these locating fixtures. So I'm going to shut off the clamping ones because I don't want those. And I just want these. And the reason I'm going to put these in is I'll be able to put some 1/4-inch dowels in here, and I'll be able to reference my material to a certain spot. So I think this is a good idea. Let's go over to the toolpaths, and we're gonna highlight fixturing features, which is what that is. We're gonna preview it and make sure, see what it looks like. Oh, that just did all the toolpaths. Well, I don't want that. All I want is this one toolpath. Um, so let's reset the preview. Preview visible toolpath, that's the one we want. And you can see it's going to cut those holes. And I don't think they go all the way, oh, they do go all the way through. I don't really want them to go all the way through the board. So we're going to have to close that. It's 3/4 inch material. Let's see, I need to set that up. All right, let's get rid of these toolpaths. Okay, now we're going to go back to the 2D view. We're going to highlight all these. Then we're going to go over here to toolpath operation. Close that. We're going to, drilling toolpath. Oh, see, they have a cut depth of 1 inch, so I don't want that. I don't want it to go all the way through. So I have 3/4 inch material, so we're going to go, let's just go a 1/2 inch deep. We'll go let's go 0.65. And we're going to use actually I'd like to just use an end mill, 1/4 inch, and calculate. And preview. Now if we zoom in, well, that shows it going all the way through too. So something's, check our material. Yeah, 0.75. So that shouldn't have gone through. Okay, reset. Back to our 2D view. Check our material. Should be 3/4, 0.75. Actually, I'm going to go back. No. Open existing file. In mill. That's what I want. Okay, we can close that. And we're going to highlight the fixturing toolpath. And we're going to save it. Let's make sure this is all right. Save toolpaths. And we're going to go to the USB drive. I like to delete this other stuff first. Cancel that. Save. USB. Save. Now we're going to go over to the USB drive, make sure it's in there. Okay, let's eject this and go cut this. Now these holes are all going to be for locating, where I can put some, right here you see I'm homing the machine, and it goes Z-axis first, then the X, then the Y. And now I'm going to get the touch plate, and this, I'll locate the material surface first, and then I'll turn the flute of the bit to the Y-axis and locate that, and then the X-axis. And now that's got the material located, surface and the square of the material. I'll then run the program to cut these 1/4 inch holes. And these holes are going to be so that I can position material and know that it's square on this table. Now I'm going to leave the dust shoe off for this particular, just so you can see it run. And there's another view of the touch plate. And here we go. Now this is sped up 8 times, but you can see how precise this machine is, which is really, it's going to be incredible to, it's basically up to you and your imagination what you want to create. I've always wanted one of these machines, and I feel very blessed to be able to have this machine. And I can't wait to see what I can create with it. And that's it. Here's another view from the GoPro. Anyway, that's it for my spoil board. This is basically as far as I'm going to go with this spoil board at this point. And thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I will see you next time. The next project, we are actually going to do a flag. And I've basically drawn one, and I want to give it a try. So yeah, spoil board number 1. And that's it. And here you can see I've got all the holes in, so I'm going to take these 1/4 inch. Now, these 1/4 inch dowels that I bought are stainless steel, but I'm actually not liking them, because if I was to make a mistake with my program and a bit were to hit these dowels, it would hurt the bit. So I'm going to order some 1/4-inch wood bits or wood dowels and use those instead. Although these were a good idea, I just worry about, you know, making a mistake and hitting one of those dowels with the bit. Anyway, yeah, this is my spoil board, and you can see right here how when you place a piece of material in here, you can square it up real nice, and you always know that location. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I will see you next time. Later.